So I was walking to the gym this morning, and dude at the front desk said, he's just like, "Dang man, you've been getting ready for this show forever." You know, I'm like a week and a half out, but he was just like, "Man, you've been getting ready for this show forever. I feel like it's been like over a year now." And I'm like, really, to be honest with you, it has been just about, you know, started a mini cut about a year and a half ago. The actual cut itself, the tedious part of the process, has been about a year now. So, but I was just telling him, like, dude, who you telling, man? Like, honestly, from outside looking in, for you it feels like it's been a year. For me, it feels like it's been 5 years. And out of that conversation, what I captured, I felt like I could bring some content to you guys today, because I wanted to talk about, you know, focusing on the bigger picture, not the details. And I know this kind of sounds contradictory, but focusing on the bigger picture and not the details, because I think that often in life, as we go through our process and we go through our journey and time has passed us by, we kind of end up feeling frustrated. Like, you know, those of you that just finished college kind of feel frustrated if you haven't landed that job yet. If you just got a job and you've been there for about a year and they promise you a promotion, you haven't got that promotion yet. These different things that happen to us in life, called life, and life doesn't go as we plan. I think that focusing on the bigger picture is what's going to help you get to the next level. And you kind of want to do both. You do want to look at the details, but focusing on the big picture is the best thing to do, because if you look at where you were a year ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, if you're in a different stage in your life, you know, I could think of where I was at this time last year or 2 years ago or 4 years ago, and I'm a completely different person. You know, I'm a very completely different person than when I graduated high school. Those of you that knew me in high school, I mean, you knew I worked out a lot, but some of the stuff that I'm doing now, people would have never imagined that. And I kind of feel like that was a Josh that was it was waiting to come out. You know, I always had it in me. When I was in school, I wasn't as focused as I needed to be, because I felt like I always knew what I wanted to do. So I kind of felt like it was a waste of time for me to be in school. And various subjects that we were learning in school, I kind of just felt like, you know, I was somewhere else. I was kind of getting towards where I want to get to, the steps that I'm making now. But I often sometimes find myself thinking, and I know that you guys can probably share the same experiences and thoughts, but I often find myself thinking sometimes, like, dang man, I could be doing much more. I could be doing, you know, a lot more of my life. And I think that these feelings are because we're focusing on the details, where we're at currently now, what we could be doing right now, when you have to sometimes take a step back, smell the roses a little bit, man, enjoy where you're at. And you know, if you're the same person you were last year, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, heck, if you're the same person you were 10 years ago, you need to be going back to the drawing board, and you need to be doing that ASAP. Like, I mean, when you stop watching this video, you need to be reevaluating your life and figuring out how you can better yourself. But for the most part, most people, no, sadly, most people in life are 50-50. You have 50% of people that end up getting better. You know, if you look at yourself 5, 10, 15 years ago, you end up getting better. And you have some people, unfortunately, that get worse. They decline. You want to be that person that's getting better over the years, and that is focusing on the big picture. But I think that we can prevent the amount of people that get worse by getting this message out that you need to look at the big picture rather than the details. Making sure you're always progressing and training your mind to think, you know, this didn't go as planned, but if I look back, you know, 6 months, 12 months, 18 months ago, I've still made a lot more progress. And chances are you usually have a upside, a positive to that, a positive response to that question if you ask yourself that. So I just figured I would bring that to you guys, because honestly, this has been a really, really tough year of my life, and it's been a very long year. I mean, it hasn't been like, it's been a regular year, but it's been a long year. It felt like probably one of the longest years of my life, with a lot of changes and transitions. And but when I look at the big picture of things, the big picture, where I was at 2, 5, 10 years ago. Actually, I'm pretty young, so I'm not really even thinking 10 years ago. But I think where I was at, you know, 2 to 5 years ago, I honestly can say, you know, I've made a lot of progress, and I think that's something that I wanted to share with you all today. Is that this is something that you can take with you if you're working that job and you don't know what you're wanting to do. And it could be something as simple as a mindset change. To be honest with you, your income doesn't have to go up. You know, it all starts in your mind. So if you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to gain weight, whatever you're trying to do, if you're not seeing that immediately, it could be something as small as a mindset change. How you see yourself is how you will be. And the sooner that you see yourself in a positive light, in a positive image, the sooner life will take off for you. So that's what I wanted to leave you guys with today. I hope you guys enjoyed this and share it. Peace out.